Hey guys, Paul here. Today we are going to talk about bodybuilding exercise form. I've talked about this one before. It's worth revisiting because I see so many wrong things about exercise form. I consider this pretty basic, but most people fuck this one up. Before we talk about it, please take the time to subscribe to my channel. It's the best way you can show your appreciation for all this awesome content I'm putting out. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to follow me, you can do so on Instagram at Paul K. Barnett. If you want to get in contact with me about coaching, my email is bigp3rd@gmail.com. It is in the video description below. If you have questions or comments about this topic, please put them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to respond to each and every one of them. So bodybuilding exercise form. So many people just fuck this up. It perplexes me that they don't understand form for bodybuilding, and people just vastly overcomplicate it or unnecessarily complicate it, or they're just doing the ass backwards wrong thing. So for bodybuilding, our goal with bodybuilding in exercise form is to stimulate muscle growth. It is that fucking simple. We want to stimulate the target muscle as much as we possibly can with a stimulus that's going to make it grow. We want to do so without injuring or hurting ourselves, so we can continue to do this year after year to keep our growth going. So the stimulation of the target muscle, the form must allow us to stimulate the target muscle with enough load to be worthwhile. I know some of these silly little crazy isolation exercises I see people doing. You get these guys that are all fucking consumed with form. I saw a dude that was sitting backwards on the pull down machine and just holding onto the pulley, pulling it down one arm at a time, and I could see he was getting a nice contraction in his back, but he was using like 20 fucking or 30 pounds. How much growth do you think that's going to stimulate? So you need enough load to actually cause an adaptation. And it has to be exercise that you can duplicate and continue to progress. And you want to make sure that that exercise isn't causing long-term damage to your joints and your connective tissue. So to me, it's just that simple at a high level what bodybuilding form is. So I generally see two types of dumbasses in the gym that are doing it completely wrong. You got the ego lifter. That's the first type of dumbass. And then you have the form police. The ego lifter, I see these guys, they have sloppy form. They're heaving weights all around I'm rowing the 150-pound dumbbell, even though I'm slinging it around. I'm not actually using my back. I'm not doing shit with it other than tearing up my joints and screwing up my connective tissue. The dude that's bouncing the bench press off his chest so he can get another fucking 30 pounds on it. It's going to end up tearing a pec. You know the asshole I'm talking about. They don't actually take the time to think about feeling it in the muscle that they're trying to target. They're doing severe damage to their joints. But I will say this. Those assholes generally get more results than the form Nazi. They just do. Because they are at some point heaving heavy weights around and getting some stimulus out of it. We've seen plenty of pro bodybuilders that are horrible form that have figured out how to stimulate the muscle while even being ego lifters. Okay, it can be done. And then you have the form Nazi, the form cop. The super strict form guy, everything has to be measured at an acute angle of this, and they're getting out their protractor and measuring everything and critiquing every little detail of the form. And usually they get more concerned over the form than the actual function of what we're trying to achieve with the exercise. They get obsessed with isolation movements and overanalyze things, and they don't actually grow. I will tell you this: when I challenge you, go through social media and look up all the guys that are the so-called form police. None of them are big. They just aren't. They just aren't big. So the truth is that it lies somewhere in the middle. When guys, they'll send me questions about form. Is my form, hey coach, is my form okay? For me, it's real simple. Do you feel it in the fucking target muscle? Do you feel it in the muscle that you're working? That is the first question I ask. Okay. Yeah, I feel it there. Are you able to progress your weights on this exercise? Yeah. I'm able to progress my weights on the exercise. Is it causing you joint and connective tissue pain? Yeah. No, I'm fine. Then you're good to go. That's the only thing you need to think about. I was, back this summer when it was in my competition, I was lucky enough to have a pretty detailed conversation with Jay Cutler about weightlifting and form, and he was talking about how people would make fun of his form and him not lifting weights that were really that heavy. And he had talked about how, so, if you look at his exercise, it looks like he's using partial range of motion on everything. And he said, I did not see it that way. He said, I tried to keep constant tension on the muscle at all times, and I focused on time under tension. He said, I never locked out. I never went all the way to lockout because that takes tension off the muscle. And I never really thought about that before. He brought it up. I thought that was pretty smart. And he said, I focused on keeping constant tension on the muscle. And he goes, and I never really had that many major injuries. I see other guys that are my age that were bodybuilding that can't even walk now. And we all know who he was talking about when he said that. But the truth is, form lies somewhere in the middle. Just feel the muscle. Make sure you can progress the weight. Don't overanalyze it to the nth fucking degree. I know there, and I'm going to do some videos here soon about tricks and tips on lifting and how to get a good form on certain things, what I consider to be good form. But don't get too overanalyzed, and just don't hurt yourself. Don't do stupid shit that's going to hurt you that serves no purpose for bodybuilding. All right, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Take care.